Hey guys, welcome back to Popcorn and Champagne.
Hey guys, it is season 5, episode 3.
Woo! Hey Tony.
Hey girl, hey, how are you?
I'm so good.
Me too. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Popcorn and Champagne. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook and wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes.
Also want to give a hot shout out to our sponsors, Colonel's Popcorn.
That's right.
Where you get a 10% off if you get the Tony and Tiff mix.
Yes, and they were just on Channel 4.
They were just on Channel 4, and I did not know that they were actually there that day. I actually wasn't in the building that day that they was there. So
deserving.
Yes,
we love them.
Absolutely.
Okay, next we have Infotainment. Oh God, Wendy Williams, guys.
Wendy.
She has been diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia
and frontotemporal dementia.
That's right.
I think I pronounced that correctly. Mm-hmm. She did take a leave from her talk show in 2001, and that's actually how Sherry Shepherd got her show, because Sherry was filling in for her. But it's really sad to see that she's going through that, and I often wonder to remember on the Halloween special when she passed out, if that had anything at all to do with that.
Yeah, she's had a lot of medical issues, and it might have contributed to that. But
apparently it's the same type of dementia that Bruce Willis has, and I don't think Bruce Willis is actually speaking right now.
He's not. But I wish her well.
I do too. There's a big documentary coming out, which we're going to talk about that a little bit
There was a
later.
clip I saw. We were talking about Black China. I didn't realize their relationship and how Black China was close to Wendy. Like that.
And I think Black China saw those signs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because she looked kind of
off.
Off. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. She kind of looked off. But we wish Wendy well, and she's got a tough road ahead of her for sure. Yeah.
Ooh, your girl, honey.
Yes.
Beyonce.
Texas Hold'em, honey.
And this ain't Texas.
Okay. So she's the first Black woman to debut #1 on the country charts. Kudos to you, Beyoncé. So how you feel about the song?
I mean, I like it. It's catchy.
Yeah. I think when I first heard it, I was like,
does it sound like real country?
But see, that's what I said. I think it's Beyonce's voice with country music behind it, right?
Yeah.
So it was kind of hard for me to grasp it at first, but you keep playing it long enough and repetition, you're going to end up liking it.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, a lot of country music artists are not happy.
Yeah. Well, she's going to
Beyonce.
have the haters for sure.
Yeah. But what was it? Which one was it? Was it Luke or Bo Duke? Which one was it?
It was Luke, I think. What is it? Snyder?
Yeah.
He played in Tyler Perry's The Have and Have Nots.
Right. Now all of a sudden he says he made a comment about they like they just want to get into everything, and they are like a dog with a bone, and I'm like, who is they?
Yeah.
And let's be very clear, and I'm not trying to get on because I know you looking nervous.
No,
I'm not.
I'm good.
I'm not doing that. You looking nervous. I know that
Please,
look. I know.
It. Please, but
let's be very clear that country music did stem from African Americans with the banjo. So let's be very clear about that. If you did not know that little Black history note,
something called the blues.
Yeah, I'm full of those.
That's right.
But kudos to Beyonce. I'm very happy for her.
Yeah, and the haters are gonna hate.
They're gonna hate for sure.
Now, girl, what is going on with your girl Kelly Rowland, honey?
So apparently, and I was actually watching this.
Okay.
So Kelly Rowland was on Today's Show to talk about this movie that she has. Is it Mea Culpa or something like that? Mea Culpa. That's coming on Netflix, right? So she was on Today's Show. Savannah was asking her questions, and apparently it gets to Beyonce.
Yeah.
And she says, her and Beyonce have that, they drop it a note, like, I'm very proud of her. I'm very, very proud of her for doing that. She's doing a really good job. So apparently she said to her, well, we'll see. She said, well, how, you're going to be hosting with Hoda.
Yeah.
And so she said, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. So apparently they said that she left and got upset because of her, dressing room.
Yeah.
Everybody knows 30 Rock is an old building, and the dressing rooms are closets. They're very small. But come to find out, they say that really wasn't
the issue.
The issue.
Yeah.
The issue was
she's
that
living in Beyonce's shadow.
Yeah. But
in a way.
I'm like, how do you feel about it?
Well, I mean,
when they ask people about that, when they ask her about Beyonce.
Listen, I mean, they're. I thought they were besties.
I did too.
But I think at a time where she felt like she did some genuine work. Yeah. Starring in this role. Yeah. She wanted it to be about her, and I understand. You know, unfortunately, fortunately, yeah. Beyonce has a #1 hit single. Out there right now. And she's making history. Yeah. So it's kind of hard to not avoid.
That's what I say. So my thing is, be a good girlfriend. So like, my thing is that
reciprocated?
I don't know, because Beyonce, and it doesn't matter if it's not. Be a good girlfriend is my thing. If they're asking you questions about your best friend, be gracious and be like, you know what? Yep, I get it. I want her to win, and move on.
But do you know how many interviews this girl does?
Absolutely. I get it.
You know how many times she got to say that?
And I get that. I do. I get it. But they should also let them know, don't ask me about it then. They should go ahead and doing the pre-production part of it. They should say, don't ask her about Beyonce and country music. It's totally separate. We want to keep this totally about Kelly.
Well, I think that's understood going forward.
Did
you see the other interview she did?
Yeah, she did with Big Tigger and them. Yeah, I did. So, but did you see her face? They have a shot of her face.
Yeah, she's just like,
where they brought up Beyonce and she was smiling and went from to that. But my thing is just, I get it, but you know what? Be gracious and be a good girlfriend. Yeah. Be a good girl. You saw that in my notes. You saw that in my notes, right? I said, be a good girl.
Well, Kelly, we're going to be talking about your movie, so girl, I hope you bring it.
I ain't heard good stuff about it this morning.
Okay, well, we'll see.
We'll see.
Okay, guys, reality show recap.
TikTok style.
Baby.
Ooh, who TF did I marry? Okay, so hold
Tony
on.
won't say, who the fuck did I marry? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I just have just a little more
because
class.
You cannot, you can't get away from it. Yeah. Meaning the chick.
I just choose not to use it. It's okay.
This TikTok series.
It's a TikTok series.
That Reis
Tisa. So I got introduced to this. My sorority sister Tawana had sent me this thing, said you got to watch it. It's like, I don't have time for this. I am working. I don't have time. So I get home.
Yes.
I look it up. I was hooked.
Yeah.
I was hooked. I cleaned my closet, which I've been trying to organize my closet for months. And I just put it on in background noise. That closet is organized. I text you.
Yeah.
And you were like, what are you talking about?
I was so mad because I was behind. I don't like to be behind.
You really weren't that behind because
But I finished it.
You really weren't that behind. You were right on time, honestly.
Finished it.
And you were like, what is this? What is this? What is it? And you were hooked too.
Oh, yes,
so
ma'am.
Basically, there's a lady on TikTok named Reis. She has broken the internet, and she did 50 different episodes. And they're like 10 minutes, right, on TikTok, right? Where she's talking about this relationship that she had with this guy named Legion, who basically was not who he says he was. That's right. And she carries us through this whole intoxicating story about all the things, all the red flags that were there.
Yeah, from a pathological liar. And I tell you what drew me in for me was the fact that she talked to you like you're on the phone with her.
Yeah.
Like, I loved
very
it.
detailed.
And people were calling her long-winded and all of it, but I appreciated it. She was articulate. She didn't leave anything out. It was like you were right there with her.
Yeah.
And you can envision everything.
Yeah.
That she was saying. Great storytelling.
Here's another thing. I actually had to speed mine up because you can press on TikTok and you can speed it up.
Yeah.
So I put mine on like 2. I'm like, honey, go on, get to it. Get to the story. Get to it because I'm impatient. But it was really, really good. And so because of this, they say she's estimated to make about $300,000 because of those TikToks. And here's the thing. People that actually went to her page, she doesn't get paid for that capture. It's when people scroll and they see it, and you have to stay an estimated of 5 minutes or 5 seconds or longer in order to get paid.
Yeah.
So she's going to Paris. She's going to London and Paris.
I bet she is.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's still going to get paid because people are catching up on the series. I mean, this just happened 7 days ago.
Yeah, she's getting paid now because of her lives that she's doing. She's done additional videos now where she's getting paid.
Yeah.
And you're talking about 200, 300, 400 people viewing this.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I also related to her.
Yeah.
I've been scammed. Yeah. I've been lied to.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff that these men out here will say and do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the thing that got me the most that it was hurtful was that, like, there are really women there that out here that say, I just wanted to be married. I didn't want to be alone. Yeah. So the red flags was there and I ignored them.
That's right.
You can never ignore red flags.
That's right.
If your gut is telling you something's wrong, something is wrong.
That's right.
That is called intuition.
A lot of women, though, live in fear.
A lot of them do.
And the one thing that I loved about her story, and she took accountability.
Yeah.
She was like, listen.
I know I was stupid.
The more I talk, this sounds crazy.
Yes.
But please, guys, bear with me.
Yes, yes.
And she admitted it was a lot of fear.
Yeah.
Of being a single woman.
Yeah.
You know, and so I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But guys, tune in because she leaves nothing
uncovered. Yeah. She told you every detail, and I want to know. There was another guy that came at what?
The twin brother girl lives here.
Who is the twin?
Who's the twin brother?
Twin brother?
Anybody?
Listen.
Hello? Anybody?
Let's look in this camera. Twin brother, come on the show.
Oh, please come on
Popcorn and Champagne.
Oh my gosh.
Girl.
Who is the twin?
Tell your story. Tell your brother's truth.
Or just come hang with us. It's okay. It's okay.
Anyway, y'all got to check it out.
It's a safe place.
It is. Check it out.
But definitely a
Legion. His name is Burnt Popcorn. Oh. But she is definitely champagne. She's a champagne mama. Risa Tisa. We're team Risa Tisa.
Cheers to Risa.
Cheers to Risa Tisa.
Yes.
Oh, that's supposed to drink.
Okay, guys. Next we have movie recap. This was a slow week this week, guys. Jennifer Lopez, This Is Me Now, a love story. It's on Amazon Prime.
First off, I was so excited about this.
Yes.
You remember I texted you like, we got to watch this. It's a documentary about...
We love J-Lo.
We love J-Lo. Girl, you first watched it before me.
I turned it on. In the first 5 minutes, I just started laughing because I was thinking, oh, Tony is not going to like this. I know my girl, but...
I wasted an hour of my life watching this.
Guys, it chronicles the life of this. She's portraying this singer or some kind of performer in her own movie, but it's a musical, so to speak. And it's kind of like a broke down Lemonade.
Yes.
But it's going through her love life and her trials and tribulations.
Yes.
But the cast.
It's amazing.
It
is.
I mean, Fat Joe plays her
therapist.
You got
Jane Fonda in it.
Yeah,
you got
Jane.
I put on here Treva Noah. You got Trevor Noah.
Yes.
You got
Jennifer Lewis.
You got Sofia Vergara. Kiki.
Yeah, Keke Palmer, Post Malone.
Yeah.
But she had all that in there, and it's not good, guys.
At all. I give it 100% burnt popcorn. Like, I stand by it with my whole entire heart. It was so not good.
I thought Ben Affleck, little cameo.
I just wasn't good.
His makeup was a champagne moment.
There is one movie I will never watch again in my whole entire life, and that is Precious.
Okay.
I will never watch it.
Because it was disturbing?
It was disturbing.
Yeah.
I will never watch that movie in my whole entire life. I watched it one time.
It's rough.
Mm-hmm. I will never watch This Is Me Now, ever.
Oh my gosh. And she looked beautiful.
Stunningly gorgeous.
Oh, God.
She's drop dead gorgeous. She's drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah, guys, it's burnt popcorn.
100%. Horrible.
Okay.
Okay, now it's time for documentary recap.
Yes.
The Dynasty New England Patriots on Apple TV. Let me tell you something. You and I love a sports documentary, right? Especially a football sports documentary. So if you are yearning for football right now, because when after Super Bowl, it's like this depression that you feel lost because there's no football on. This right here will help you get through it.
Absolutely.
Don't you think?
Listen, it's the journey of the franchise New England Patriots.
New England Patriots. You've got Bill Belichick. You've got Robert Kraft. You've got Tom Brady. And it's so interesting how this started because Tom Brady wasn't supposed to be Tom Brady, right?
That's right. So
Drew Bledsoe had a career-ending hit.
Yeah, well, he's the franchise quarterback.
Yep.
He was signed for $100 million.
$100 million quarterback.
Now, this was a big deal back then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Robert Kraft came in, who I love.
Yeah.
Robert Kraft so far. It's 4 episodes available to watch.
Yep.
But he made Drew the franchise, quarterback.
Yeah, Belichick did. He took a chance on him because remember Drew Bledsoe got hurt.
Yeah.
In that, and then Tom Brady comes along and he just proved himself. He goes up to Robert Kraft and he says, what did he say?
As a rookie.
And he says that
I'm going to be the best damn player you ever hired.
And look what happened.
And he said, okay, let's see what happens.
This guy was picked 199 in the draft.
6th round pick. Didn't think he was going to make it. Michigan. Came from Michigan. And the thing that tickled me, they take you all the way back to his Columbine.
Yeah.
Photos when he's trying out. He's slow. Skinny. He's lanky.
Yeah.
He looks a mess.
But let me tell you something. You can tell when you got money. Because when you look at those old videos of him, I know he's vegan or plant-based. He looks amazing.
Yeah.
He looks amazing.
Yeah, now
that
he
is
looks
money.
Really good.
That is money.
Yeah, he looks really.
That's
he takes really good.
That's called prosperity.
That's right. That's right.
That's what that's called.
But another moment that I loved about this series is Bill's best friend, the historian.
Yes.
Who basically studies film,
knows football inside and out,
and he watched Drew and watched how he would brace as he would take a hit.
Yeah.
He called it he was like a wildebeest.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is a problem.
Yeah.
And when Drew got hurt, Bill Belichick saw a spark in Tom. He was hungry, he was young, and he was teachable. And him and Bill were like this. They would spend all hours of the day.
They had the same love and passion for football.
Yes, watching football.
Yeah.
And Bill couldn't get enough of it. What about Vrabel girl?
Oh, yeah, he did. Mike Vrabel made a cameo appearance in there a couple of times.
Yeah, he's
a couple
a big
of times.
guy.
He is.
He's always been a big guy.
Yeah, he is. But my favorite part was Country Boy Randy Moss.
Oh,
Country Boy Randy Moss. And a lot of people were talking about, I forgot he played for the Patriots.
Girl.
But he was that wide receiver.
That country, cute little thing, honey. But can we
Country.
talk about, I was texting you
Teddy.
Brewski, Ty Law.
Teddy looks so good now.
Oh my God.
He looks so, and it's a totally different, sometimes when football players stop playing, their bodies change back into the normal way or whatever. Teddy's
all that.
He's beautiful.
The other boy, who
Ty.
Ty and...
Lawyer Mallory.
Woo!
Yes, Lawyer Mallory.
But all of them look good. Willie.
Yeah. Everybody look good.
McGinnis, all of them
everybody
look good.
Yeah, everybody look good. This is definitely one to watch. It's a 10-part series.
And it goes into Cheatgate.
Yeah. Oh, sure does. When they did with the inflated balls. And then they were also watching the plays of the Jets.
Yep.
So good, y'all.
It's
got
really
to check this out.
Champagne moment.
If you're having a football, if you're having lack of football, this is it, right? This is definitely
football withdrawals.
Yeah, definitely it. Woo! Okay. Now it's time for drama recap.
Okay, True Detective Night Country.
Girl.
Season 4. Oh, you like it?
Oh,
yay! Tony likes it.
I love it.
Good.
Love it.
You know what it kind of reminds you of? The X-Files. I don't know if anybody ever used to watch this. I'm dating myself.
I used to sell it when I was at
Really?
Fox. Yeah.
Okay. So, True Detective, it is starring Jodie Foster and Callie Reis. So, this Callie chick used to be an MMA fighter.
I can tell that.
And she's coming on the scene with her acting ability.
I can get that.
This season, it takes place in Alaska, and it follows an investigation into the sudden disappearance of a team of 8 men. And it's all comes together with another woman that was murdered. Her name was Annie. But at this point in time in Alaska, these scientists are polluting the water.
Right.
And it is killing Indians.
Yeah.
Right? Or
indigenous people.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Indigenous people in Alaska.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
And so it's causing cancer. Their babies are being stillborn.
Yep.
So they have all these protesters who are women.
Yeah.
And it's just a great mystery. I mean,
when I tell you I was pleasantly surprised.
Yes.
I loved it. Yes, I actually loved it. Like the first episode, I was like, I couldn't stop watching it. I was like, okay, let me go ahead and finish this. I thought one thing that was funny, I did think that Jodie Foster's character was very funny because she slept with half the town.
Right.
So there was like a lot of people that didn't really like her.
Right.
I did appreciate the friendship that they had. Mm-hmm. She and
Navarro, yeah.
I did appreciate that because it's like, you want to like each other, but you need each other to get the job done, right? But what was interesting to me too, there's a lot, you got to stay with it because, at the end, and I know we do spoil shows here, right? I'm trying to question, is Navarro still alive or not? Because she walked away like her mom did, like her sister did, and it kind of leaves you...
She's gone on to the afterlife.
Yeah.
So, guys, this series always has a outside force that comes in. It's not just about the detective work.
Yeah.
It's like spirits.
Yeah.
And, people coming back from the dead and all this. But I swear to you, if you stick with it,
It's so good. It is so good.
Yeah.
Now, there are times that it's slow.
Yeah.
But if you stick with it, the slowness, as Tiffany says, is developmental phase. So it's a developmental segment.
That's right.
To get you to where you need to get to. But I enjoyed it immensely. Thank you for encouraging me to watch it.
I'm so happy you watched it and you liked it.
Yeah, I did.
Champagne moment.
Champagne moment. Loved it.
Yes. What do we have?
So next we have is your Tiffany's notes are messed up. Vince Staples show on Netflix. It premiered on February 14th on Netflix. So
so we're at odds with this, but
so much is odds.
I never heard of this guy before, Vincent Staples, but he is a rapper that has been rapping and singer for years. He's like 30 years old, and this show, it's only 5 episodes, and it actually patterns his life, right? But it's kind of like a dry type humor to it.
And I love dry humor, but it was just okay to me. You know what I'm saying? There were very funny moments.
Yeah. So it's based in LA.
It's based in LA. Go ahead.
And it's kind of, in the hood. His everyday life, hometown. His mom is played by
Vanessa Bell Calloway, who is my Sarah, who is freaking hilarious. That's the part that was when he was in jail and he called his mom. It's like, Mom, I need you to get me out of jail. She was like, I ain't got time to come down there and get you out of jail. I love that.
He said, but I bailed you out last week. She was like,
that was last week.
That was last week.
That was so good.
No, she was good and how she bullied the family at the family reunion.
At the family reunion.
So they had a family reunion and it was hilarious. They're all scared of his mother.
Yeah.
And it's a real Black family moment.
It is
at the cookout because they arguing over the mac and cheese and all of this stuff.
I think what it was too like the carnival scene wore me out.
Okay.
And I was like, okay.
That was a lot.
But
my favorite was the bank robbery.
The bank robbery was the best. No. The bank robbery was the best because so there was 2 guys that went to rob the bank and Vince was in the bank trying to get some money out the bank. And so they see him, they know him, he knows the bank robbery.
What's up, homie?
Yeah.
What's up?
That to me was the best part.
So he basically negotiated
the
bank manager's release through his friends. And
now, mind you, Vince went there to get some money.
To get a loan. And the loan officer denied him. That's right.
Right? Okay.
And he was like, well, I think I can get my loan now. And the bank officer was like, whatever you need. And so it was Vince and the bank manager that were released as hostages.
Yes.
But at the end, baby.
The bank manager reaches for his handkerchief. Yes. And Vince said, well, I don't think you should
do that. And they killed the bank manager. But guys, it's just quirky, funny. I liked it.
So I put this as a champagne moment and kind of burnt popcorn.
Yeah.
It's dry sometimes.
So he's on social media right now asking for people to help him get renewed.
Okay.
For some more episodes.
I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Our girl Quinta Brunson is kind of helping him.
Oh, I love Quinta. Yeah. Well, because he was on Abbott Elementary. Do you watch Abbott Elementary?
Yes, I peek in from time to time. But no, it's one of the best shows on television.
Ever. Yeah. It's so fun. It's so fun.
Yes.
Now it's time for our weekly focus recap, which we've been focusing on The Feud, which is Capote versus the Swans on FX and Hulu.
Yeah.
And so now, I know last time we talked about the ball that he had, right? So now we discovered that one of the Swans, which you've got Slim, you got CK, you got Babe, you got Lee Raswell. Slim.
Yes. Who's played by Diane Lane.
And who's absolutely gorgeous. Yes. Is having an affair with
Bill Paley.
Yes. That almost had Aaron.
He's fine.
You okay, Aaron? Okay, that almost had him.
It's fine. It's a phone. Freak.
Okay. Aaron, mine is off. But anyway, everyone. I turned mine off, Aaron, because you told me to. So, but you find out that Slim is having an affair with Babe's husband, Bill Paley.
That's right.
Now, Bill Paley is
a powerhouse.
All over. He is a powerhouse.
But
he's CBS.
He's a whore.
But he's all over. He's allegedly has known to have affairs with Happy Rockefeller.
Yep.
Gloria Vanderbilt.
That's
right. Anderson. And Slim that we know of, right? That we know of. Mm-hmm. And I think Lee confronts her about having this affair, like, listen, stop with this, what you're doing or whatever. And she admits it. She was like, well, who knows?
And see, Babe is sick. She's suffering from
breast cancer.
And she does eventually die. But it's just scandalous. And then how about, girl, the lunch, they have introduced James Baldwin.
James Baldwin comes in. So, okay.
And I was just clutching my pearls.
I know. You were clutching your pearls. So, James Baldwin is such an interesting character because he came into play because he truly wanted to help Truman.
Yeah, they were friends.
Yeah. And Truman said, why didn't we ever hook up?
Yeah.
But he really felt some kind of way about Truman. He really wanted to help him because he knew that this book that he wrote would have a whole lot of ramifications and he was going to be shunned from New York society. So they actually met and went to lunch at the same place that the book is named after.
That's right. And so James was like, you're being sloppy on television.
Yep.
You know,
get your life together.
Get yourself together.
Yep. Get yourself together.
It's kind of like your black girlfriend, honey.
Absolutely. Everybody needs one.
Yes.
Everybody needs one.
And he just came to him. He's like, meet me for lunch. Let's talk about this.
Yep.
And they spend the entire day together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So talk about this lunch. They have lunch.
Truman was in a safe place. You know, we always talk about having a safe place be where you can talk about whatever it is you can talk about and it's safe, right? So he felt safe.
Yeah.
He tells him so many things about these ladies.
He tells them everything. He
says the ladies barely eat.
Yeah.
He says their plates are like this. They have very small plates. He says that they're racist.
He talks about them having the help.
Yep. He said black people were servants, gay people were for entertainment.
That's right.
And that you couldn't bring like Truman and his lover together because that's too much gayness.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's too much gayness. But we'll finish it up next week because we don't want to spoil too much about it. But it really did saying a lot about them. They didn't like to have Bianca Jagger around because, you know, she's from Nicaragua.
Girl.
Didn't know that part.
Because the color of her skin.
Because the color of her skin. She's too dark to hang out with them, girl. Yeah. But the ending was really telling to me. And we can talk about it next week.
Yeah, and that'll be it.
That'll be it on that
series.
Yeah.
So what you watching? Love is Blind, guys.
I gotta catch up on that.
This right here is probably the best season yet. It premiered on February 14th.
That's the finale. It's already. Well, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, right? But what they do, they give you 5 episodes, make you wait 3 days, and then give you some more. It's like torture.
Yeah.
Everybody on social media is talking about it. But yeah, it's a good season this season.
New look on Apple TV. Shout out to Missy that told us about that. That was
very
good.
Excited about this.
You know, we both like period pieces. So this one's a really good period piece. It's about Coco Chanel and Christian Dior.
During the war.
And it's a lot of things I didn't know. That makes you second guess things.
I know.
You know, honestly. And then James Brown, which appeared on A&E. Now, I did watch the first 2 episodes of that. That premiered on February 19th, and it was it's okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
And then we have Mea Culpa, which stars Kelly Rowland.
Yeah.
It premiered on February 23rd. Tyler Perry production. Yeah. So we're going to check it out and see what
we're going to check it out. I'm not hearing good things. I'm not.
Ooh,
we'll
Kelly,
see. We'll see. But that's it.
Guys, thanks so much for joining us for another episode of Popcorn and Champagne. Please don't forget to follow us on Instagram at popcorn_champagne.
And you can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes.
And also make sure that you go to Colonel's Popcorn to get that 10% off on the Tony and Tiff mix.
Yum, yum.
Yay. And make sure, Tamron Hall, if you're seeing this, we'd love to be on your show.
Oh, yes. We love Tamron. We do. Cheers, guys. Love
Bye.
You. Mwah.
Can I simply ask you where you get this money from?